Last video, I said I wanted to make something of a neutral guide, and I was like, well, the other video does well, or we'll figure something out. But clearly y'all been eating these up and enjoying these, so we're gonna go ahead and make that video. Now we're gonna try to still keep this as concise. I want to keep this 10 minutes. It might spill to 15, possibly 20. Just know though, like, it's a lot to cover, but I don't want to cover too much and confuse people because we're just trying to get a general snap. I'm trying to simplify it so that people can kind of understand and kind of like run with it. But basically we're gonna give, or I'm gonna give my take on what the neutral game or footsies is. So the first rule of the neutral footsies game, and I believe I called this video like the game of rock paper scissors, which it is. Fighting games, first things first in general, is just rock paper scissors, right? You gotta think strike, throw, shimmy, rock paper scissors. Footsies, what's it called? Poke, wait, you're waiting for a whiff punish, rush in, rock paper scissors. The first thing we're gonna have is pokes, and we're gonna label pokes as rock, right? Now as y'all see, I have a stunning visual diagram of footsies, right? So first we have rock, which is poking. Your pokes, your normals, right? Lights, mediums, heavy sometimes. Shouldn't be too often because you're gonna get punished by a good player, but you know, nonetheless, right? Then we have paper, which is rushing in, whether that's dry rushing or dashing. Now this happens when you notice the opponent is waiting, right? By the way, the arrows pointing means each beats each. So rock beats scissors, scissors beats paper, because that's how rock paper scissors work, and paper beats rock. So scissors beats a waiting opponent. So if you notice your opponent's waiting for you to throw out a poke because they've been getting poked, okay, cool, I'm gonna rush in, whether that's dry rush, grab, rush in, dash in, depending on the range you're at, right? And then waiting on the flip side of that beats a person that is poking. It's all full circle, RPS. I probably could have wrote it better. So now we're gonna actually demonstrate it in the game. So we're gonna have our good buddy Akuma. Actually, it's pre-recorded. We're gonna have Akuma walk back and forth. So as you see, Akuma's walking, right? Our first phase of rock, paper, scissors. As he's walking, he's probably going to be drawing out all types of pokes, but so he doesn't get in my space, I'm going to poke him, right? I'm poking him to try to keep him out with lights, maybe mediums, depending. But for the most part, we're warming it up. We start to match off with lights, right? Now, just because you're not getting a hit doesn't mean you're not doing your job, right? You don't need to hit every time. You don't need to do something like this every time. The goal is to just keep the person out of your space. Even if they block, you got to think when somebody blocks, look at it, look closely. Oh god, can you block please? It's literally making him stop in place. Even if he blocks, right, stops him. He's guarding, it stops him. That's the goal. It's to get a hit at some point because that's what we're fighting for, but it's also to keep you at bay, right? So at the point in which Akuma starts to notice, especially with lights, like, hey, he keeps throwing these lights out, right? And mind you, lights are fairly safe to kind of draw out in neutral. To some extent, they could get hit by other lights because Akuma's probably drawing out. You're both probably drawing out light, right? To kind of see which buttons each other likes to hit. But as one person gets hit, because this is typically how it happens, right? You know, and y'all could put your own opinion. You know, but from what I see in matches, typically somebody wins this poke battle and they end up getting hit or whatever. And it's like, all right, motherfucker. So now what you do is this person, they wait. Second phase of rock, paper, scissors, right? They wait. Now, waiting isn't just this. It is sometimes depending on what they're hitting. Like if it's Geef throwing that Hail Mary heavy punch, yeah, you're waiting, right? But you're simply waiting, or you're just kind of playing in the zone in which they like to hit said button. Now, what you could do to also agitate your opponent or make them want to hit bigger buttons without necessarily kind of, maybe you're not winning this battle off rip, is to stay out the range of the light. For the most part, right, you want to stay in the range of his longest reaching normals so that he's more inclined to draw out these normals because these are slower. And what does that mean? They're whiff punish. So I'm gonna show you an example, right? So let's say we're gonna play the neutral battle, right? I'm sitting here now at this point. I'm waiting for Akuma. Wait for it. Right? I done pissed him off with pokes. Boom, boom, boom. Now, as you can see, we start the Oki. The goal of neutral is to not have to play it. Like not have to play it as in do stuff to avoid it. Don't avoid it, but once you get a hit, you're gone. You start pressuring corner. It's just a fight for positioning, right? You're only fighting to get where you want to be. And up until the point where, all right, it's time to kill, you're literally fighting for space. It's like fighting games is literally a spacing battle. But now he's really close to the corner. Because that's the thing with this game. It's easy as hell to get somebody in the corner. And the corner is deadly. Especially with Akuma, he ain't got no health. You pressuring that all day. Right? Now, how does Akuma possibly respond to that? Right? Okay, I know he's waiting and looking for a whiff punish. So what does Akuma do? Right? So it's one or two things he can do depending on the range. If we're this close, he's going to walk in. Yeah. Right? And on the flip side of that, if he's like in this range, maybe he might do this. And I think dry rushing is better. That's what it was intended for in this game, to kind of do stuff like that. Because back then you would just right? In a game where like in Street Fighter 5 or 4 or whatever, where the characters were less mobile and they couldn't do it, boom, right? It's all a basic game of mental stack, right? Your mental stack is more hard focused on waiting for me to do the whiff punish. All right, bet. I'm in there, right? So you see how it kind of correlates. As we look at the diagram, you can see how it all kind of flows together, right? This is a beautiful diagram, by the way. I'm sorry, I'm just an artiste, man. And you can even do shit like if they're really waiting, right? I'll tell you another level you could do, right? If you notice the Akuma's only responding when you actually hit a button, he might just say fuck it and let you kind of just do this or whatever. They might not even want to poke because some people, you've either gotten them that scared or they're just scared naturally, right? Cool, that's okay. I'm walking the range. Boom, boom. Okay, that didn't hit, but you get the point I'm trying to make. All right, another counter argument. Well, Zyric, what do you do if the Akuma, if I run up to grab the Akuma and he's delay teching? Delay teching, super simple. You're hitting the throw button at a delay so that if you get thrown, it counters the throw. But if you get jabbed or hit, meaty, whatever you want to call it, you also still block, right? So that's probably what they're doing, right? Boom. Just like that. And then you keep pushing, right? Simple though, right? Yeah, so that's what that's for, right? If you notice they're just playing super, oh, I'm just gonna take everything. All right, bet. Walk in a range. It's, hey, guess what though? That's the same shit as, hold on, let's go back to the diagram. Hold on now. Stay with me. That's the same shit as paper. You're waiting. You're arguably you're approaching, you're running in, you're rushing in, but you're waiting because you know in your head, all right, only when I get into this range, he likes to do this. It's the same thing. Guess what? You saw what you saw it, right? Punish counter. Like I said, literally everything goes back to this beautifully drawn professional diagram. I might make this my wallpaper. Beautiful diagram though. Super simple. Come on now. Every arrow points to what beats what. And this is a good tip too if you want to know, like, at least once you do get into that corner in Footsies range, remain under in this spot, somewhere under this clock. I don't want to say don't take that for gospel, like don't stay under the clock only because mind you they can micro step and then it throws your range and their spacing off, but stay right under this clock. Pressure, like somewhere under this clock. Pressure, 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 pressure under this clock. They hit something, it's a wrap. I'm gonna show y'all. We're gonna have them hit on block, a crouching medium under the clock, right? And I actually have a footage of me doing that. Actually, I'm gonna bring it up. I have a Twitch file of me actually doing this verbatim with Marissa. Same shit. Plop. They hit this button. Boom. And now you could even do this. Everything hit. Hold up. Everything hit. Literally. Everything hits. Hold on. Everything hits except like these two buttons. But like, even then, if you just wanted to keep it basic, right? Sweet. Everything hit. But damn, that was pretty quick. We actually broke that down pretty quickly. Damn, the diagram helped. And even then, right, like I stated in last video with the jabs and shit, you're not purposely, like in most cases you see a pro might possibly whiff punish a jab or some shit in neutral. That's preemptive. They're fishing for any sort of hit. Most likely it's probably gonna be a counter hit, but if they happen to fuck the wrong button up, boom, punish, it's over with, right? If we're just playing in the range, and I'm gonna show y'all a prime example, right? See, I just happen to get a whiff punish. Sometimes it might even be a counter hit, right? And that's where you practice, and that's a whole separate video probably. That's where you practice your hit confirms. That's where you practice your hit confirms, right? But that's a whole separate video, but same shit. But I think a lot of people, like I said last video, misconceived it as, oh, like, yeah, you're not whiff punishing a jab, my guy. On purpose, bro. Unless you're just like really zoned in and you know he's gonna do the jab, and even then you might fuck around and get hit out your move doing that, bro. You're better off just hitting the button, and then if anything you'll get a counter hit, because most times you hit a heavy, you still get pretty good shit off like a counter hit heavy. So, but for the most part, you see people just looking to confirm it. Okay, cool. There we go. All right. But yeah, anywho, yeah, that's it, man. If y'all enjoyed the video, if it was there, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Comment, like. Thank y'all so much for watching. Like I said, showing a continuous support and love. Oh, follow me on Twitch, please, bro. I'll be live when I can be, like on weekends. Try to like once, maybe twice a week. I be doing something. I be busy, but we play Street Fighter. We play all types of games. I ain't even gonna sit here and clickbait y'all. I kind of played Street Fighter so much on my free time to where like I'll play it on stream sometimes, but for the most, like I ain't gonna say for the most part, but I might be playing like Minecraft or something, bro. Like I'll play Street Fighter for a little bit and hop on Minecraft. So I'm gonna keep it real, like, so I ain't gonna I ain't gonna clickbait y'all. Y'all come in like, where the fuck the Street Fighter at, nigga? That shit be stressful, bro. I'm a Marissa main. That shit is ass. Feels like I be winning and losing on accident, bro. Like, come on now. But yeah, if y'all like the video, make sure to give it a bit of thumbs up. And yeah, thank y'all for watching. Maybe give me some suggestions on what y'all might want the next video to be about. But yeah, thank y'all for whatever the video is. Hey, ha.